What's up, everyone? It's me, CN.TSUKAIMA, and welcome to CN.Figures. Figures in your house. And for this tour review, we're going to look at the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys action figure Gorilla Grodd. And this bad boy looks so sick. You can see him inside the package. Right there in the bottom, DC Multiverse, and the name of the character. And right here in the corner, there's McFarlane Toys. And this side, we see the name of the character and the name of the game, Injustice 2. And we see McFarlane Toys right there in the bottom and also in this side. And we see the name of the character again and DC Multiverse right there in the top. And the back side, we get a picture of the figure. And there's more around here in the set that you guys can collect. And we see the name of the character, longer with the name of the game, and McFarlane Toys right there. There's nothing in the top side, just the name of the game, and there's nothing in the bottom side. So enough chatting, let's take him out. And here's the figure out of his box, and they put a massive job on this guy. And I bet there were a lot of fans. They won a Gorilla Grodd figure from Injustice 2 game. I've never played the second part, but I did play the first part. And what a unique figure that this guy is. They put a bunch of good work on his armor and all that I really like. Okay, now let's get on with the accessories that this guy comes with. And just like the rest of the DC Multiverse figures that we get the exact same stand, there's really nothing, just the peg and DC right there in the bottom, and there's nothing in the backside at all. And he also comes with this card and has a picture of the figure. And you can see his name right there in the bottom. It's the exact same picture from the back side of the box of this figure. And there's really nothing in the back side. We see his name again and another picture. And there's DC Multiverse right there in the bottom. Okay, this is all set. Now, let's get back with the figure. And here's Gorilla Grodd again, and I really love his armor design, longer with the nice gold paint he has. In the back side, we get some nice detail, and also in the front side of the figure, but he also feels kind of heavy, but not that much. All right, let's begin with his head sculpt, because this looks very sick, like his mouth. You can see his tongue right there with a little bit detail and a little bit of black faded paint with some red in the inside with his gorilla fangs, and they're all sculpted very good. And you can see his eyes right there in the front side of his face with a little bit of red colored dot and all white around it. And I love the front side of his helmet, and his helmet looks very good. Look at that nice design. Look at that nice work it has, especially in the front side that you can move this part here. And we get more detail in the top of his helmet, because look, it has a horn right there, and you can move it just a little bit. But take a good look at his shoulders, and each one of his armor, they added some spikes. They look great. They're kind of pointy, but not that much, but they're sculpted very nice. And I really love they added these skulls right there in each arm. They look very sick. And we get more detail here in the bottom of his arms. And look at the knuckles out of this guy. The knuckles are very sick, and each finger has some claws around it, and especially the thumb, but the claws are very pointy, so please be careful on those. But even they're pointy, I love the sculpting. And the other side of the arms has more pieces of his golden armor. And I love the black color they use on his body. Look at that nice fur sculpted, very great. But the bottom of his waist, I think they use some rubber plastic materials, because right here it feels soft. But on top of his torso, it feels kind of hard. I don't know why they added here, but I can see that I can feel more rubber plastic on his armor here in the backside. But in the backside, you can see it has some muscles and some nice detailed design. This looks very nice, and we get more detail right here in the back of his waist. looking very nice. But the Shirley's added a little bit of black faded paints on the armor, don't you think? And some of the part of the armor, you can move it, like the one here in the waist, you can move that. And also in the middle here. In the front side of his armor, it looks very great. Look at that good sculpting. Look at that good design. In this part, you can move it right there, the one he has on the top of his chest. But this is very good. I like it. And also here on his waist, this is a very nice work here. And we get more sculpting here on his legs and each one, because look, it has bunch of golden lines and a little bit more work here in the top. But around his knees, he added some spikes here. They're not pointy, but you can move them in each one. More sculpting around and more detail. But look on his gorilla, well, toe. I don't know what finger it is, but he has a piece of a claw. But right here, the gold color is darker, and right here is lighter. And even the head here is lighter. But why did he add some darker color here on the toe? But it looks great. I can feel the sculpting and also all the fingers on his feet. This is very great, and especially love the black color. But let me see in the back side, no. But you can see some buckles here of the armor that he has on his legs, and you can see more fur sculpting on the back side of his legs. But both of his legs has some muscles in the front and the back, but it doesn't has not that much on his arms. Only has a little bit, and also here, but not on the shoulders. Now let's get on with his articulation. You can move his head side to side, a complete rotation. He can look down a little bit. He can look up. He can look straight. He can open his arms this much. He has a ball joint on the head, a complete rotation in each arm, bicep swivel, and a butterfly joint. No double jointed around the elbows. You can bend it a little bit, but it has some rotation on the part of the arm, and some wrist articulation, and a little bit bebek. Let me see in the torso. Yep, you can move the torso. You can bend it back and forth. It has a ball joint, and you can move the waist as well. You can only open his legs this much, kick a little bit from the front and a little bit from the back. No leg rotation, and doesn't have no double joint around the knees. You can bend them just a little bit, but it has some rotation in the part of the leg. And he also has some ankle articulation and extra articulation right here on his toes. Comparing size, but first let's see how tall this figure stands. He stands just exactly 7.5 inches tall. And here he is with my Shao Kahn figure, and you can see that Shao Kahn, he's a little bit taller than Gorilla Grodd, and these are the most badass good looking figures by McFarlane Toys. They should have put a matchup between these two characters. Who do you think will win, Gorilla Grodd or Shao Kahn? And here he is with my Storm Collectibles E Honda figure, and I think both of them, they stand the exact same height. And here he is with my favorite Marvel celeb, Thanos. And there you have it, guys. And everything what McFarlane Toys done on this figure, I really like it. And I think this one the best DC Multiverse figures that McFarlane Toys ever made in the line. This bad boy looks very sick, and I really like his armor and also the word that he has on his mouth. That looks very sick. Okay guys, that's all for today. So thank you for watching today's review. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, leave a like. If you want to share this video, go ahead, be my guest. Comment, but remember, do not leave any offensive comments or saying bad words. If you do that, your comment will be removed from this video. And subscribe to the channel because I'm getting so close to hit the 800 subscribers. So please guys, subscribe right now. And I'll be doing more toy reviews around this month. And please follow my Facebook page, CN Figures. Follow me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram and I catch you guys on the next video. So take care, be safe, keep on hunting, keep on collecting. This is CN.TSUKAIMA and Gorilla Grodd, and we're out and line.